Oh, Nightmare! Easy. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Sewing with Nightmare, where I sew all sorts of different things and Nightmare supervises. Today I will be working on this McCall's 7906 pattern, and I will be making skirt or view A for this pattern. I'm going to be using this purple corduroy fabric that I've had in my stash for a really long time. I'm not even really sure where I got it from exactly, but it's a very lightweight purple corduroy that I'm going to make view A of the skirt out of. This is a shorter version and it's a high-waisted skirt. So let's get started. So I've roughly cut them out. Now I'm gonna go make sure that they all are on there properly and cut them out more precisely and then transfer my markings. So I've stitched my pleats here. I forgot to film that, but I stitched my pleats. Now I'm going to stitch the pleats down across the top, and then it wants me to top stitch them. So I'm gonna do that real quick. The next part of the instructions said to stitch one pocket to the front and back sections at the side seams. Then you have to press towards the pockets. Next, you stitch the front and back together, leaving an opening between the large circles, stitching the pocket edges together to the side seams, and then clip the seam allowances below the pockets. After you do that, you turn pockets towards the front along the seam line, press and baste the lower edges, base edges in place. And you can see I'm doing that in this clip. So in this clip you can see that I am stitching the facing to the skirt. So I have already fused the interfacing to the facing and attached the two facing pieces to the center of the facing. And then you turn the upper edge of the facing, or the lower edge of the facing up to finish it. You stitch the facing to the front of the skirt and you understitch, trim, and top stitch it afterwards and slip stitch the seam in place. But in this particular clip, I'm stitching the waistband on. So let's talk about my final thoughts on this project. So overall, this was a really easy to construct pattern. It wasn't super complicated, and I really liked the pockets. I put these cute little buttons on there because I thought they were a cute detail, and I really love the fabric. That being said, I'm not crazy about how high-waisted it is. It's a little bit more high-waisted than I would have liked. If it was maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches lower on the waistband, I probably would have liked it better. And that's just a personal preference. And then on top of that, I didn't like how the buttons ended up being laid out. The first button was supposed to be right here, but because of the fact that it's a very thick right here, I didn't think my sewing machine would be able to make the buttonhole there, so I ended up moving the button up a little bit, which caused this weird gaping here. And so to fix that, I put in a bar and a little clip. But in hindsight, what I should have done was more evenly space the buttons instead of following the pattern layout for where the buttons were. And I think that then the buttons would have been laid out better and they wouldn't have had this weird gaping here when I put it on. And I wouldn't have required this bar to be put here. And I think it would have laid better on my body. So I really like how easy it was, but personally, I don't know that I would make this pattern again simply because of how high-waisted it is. If I did make it again, I would probably modify the waistband to be a little bit lower so it would sit in a different spot on my body. That's just a personal choice. So that wraps up this project. Stay tuned for the next video where I will be working on a pair of overalls, and you can follow my channel for more updates. And I will be trying to post monthly different projects that I'll be working on. And you can leave comments below or suggestions and your thoughts on the project. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.